what's up? Sami here. Today, let's take a quick look at the camera performance between the Oppo Find X9 Pro, Xiaomi 17 Pro Max, and Galaxy S25 Ultra. Starting with ultra-wide photos. Yeah, from what I see on the screen, if we zoom in at the same ratio, we definitely have one clear winner here. That's the Oppo Find X9 Pro. What do you say? It shows much more detail, whether it's the building textures or the text on top. The white balance also looks the most accurate. I think Samsung performs the worst here. It just looks too green and less clear when zoom in to the building. What do you think? Speaking of clarity, here I compare the maximum resolution shots on all three phones. Xiaomi only supports 50 megapixel, while both Oppo and Samsung support 200 megapixels. Oppo captures 200 megapixels at 3 times zoom by taking 3 200 megapixel shots and combining them into one, which takes a bit more processing time. Samsung's main camera, on the other hand, supports 200 megapixel directly. Here is the final result. I just feel it's a bit unfair to Xiaomi and Samsung when zoomed in to the same distance. Everything looks crazy sharp on Oppo's 200 megapixel image, right? Speaking of zoom, why not take one step further? Let's just use this telephoto kit, okay? This lens, telephoto lens for the Oppo. I know it would be super unfair to the other two, but yeah, man, let's see if it offers, why not use. At 60 times zoom, while the other two phones are still guessing what the text on the distant building says, Oppo shows it clearly. Even the tiny text on a faraway poster, totally invisible to the naked eye, is readable on the Oppo, while the other two are just a blurry mess. Next, we'll look at the various photos I took: daytime, nighttime, different focal lengths, micro shots, food photos, and especially portraits. I'll let you decide which one looks best. Don't forget to leave a comment below. Now, let's talk about moonshots. I don't know why people love photographing the moon so much. Anyway, I took 2 moon photos on each phone, one at max zoom and one around 60 times. What do you guys think? Honestly, judging who's better doesn't really make much sense. It's mostly down to AI processing. I even saw a funny comment saying Samsung might just ask Gemini to find a moon image and paste it here. I actually made a separate video dedicated to moon photography. Check it out if you are interested. Finally, I've also included video comparisons, including zoom video tests, all properly timestamped. Enjoy! And yes, please subscribe if you haven't already. I realize making these videos takes so much time, so definitely help me out, subscribe and show some love. Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, let's do 4K 30 zoom test, alright? Just notice, let me just put on the sound focus on Oppo because if it has this function when I use it, right? For the other two sims don't offer. But anyway, let's do a zoom test, and this is the main camera on both 3 phones, and this is the ultrawide. Looks really, especially the fucking Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. It's piece of shit, so grainy, basically unusable, right? Check out what this shit, right? Just look at Xiaomi. It's crazy shit. You can barely see anything. Too grainy, unclear. And now one time. Wow, you can see difference. I noticed one thing like on Xiaomi. Why you see the glare? It's crazy. It's crazy. Not good. So this is 1 time. Not good to 2 times. 2 times. 2 times. All 3 looks a little bit seems not that okay. And 3 times. 3 times. What? Wow, you can see Oppo. Oppo is the text becomes much clearer. And 5 times. Okay, let's do the 3 times on Xiaomi as well, just for fair comparison. So 3 times. Definitely we have a loser here. Again, it's on Xiaomi. Let's see the text, this part, right? This was so greedy and clear. The best is, I would say, Oppo. You see so much more details. You can even see the text, the character inside the circle. You can see crystal clear. On Xiaomi, nothing. On Samsung, you can see, but not as clear as Oppo. Oppo did a great job, and then 6 times, and now 6 times, and 5 times on Samsung. Wow! And this time, like Samsung performs much better, right? And 5 times, also 5 times on Xiaomi. All right. Wow. So that's let's check out the more details. Here, no, now 10 times. Also 10 times on Oppo. Also 10 times on Xiaomi. So, yeah, Samsung like performs like surprisingly good regarding the after the 10 times, even 6 times, right? Wow, you can see Samsung is really good. You can see more details. All the way to 20 times on Samsung, all the way to 18 times on Oppo. Wow, Samsung is not bad. I can even see the phone number here, right? Okay, phone number. But on Xiaomi and Oppo seems not that good. The worst, I think, is Xiaomi, right? But yeah, wow. That's it. So 4K 30 night zoom, not night zoom. Okay, just normal night videos. let's just see who performs better. Like we're now like in an extremely like dark environment. Let me just walk, and now one extreme dark environment. I mean super dark. Okay, let's check out who has the best stabilization, who has better dynamic range. Wow, not bad, right? For all three phones. See all these kids, they just have fun here. I really miss when I was young, you know. At that time I was poor, super poor, dirty poor, but we're happy, I'm happy, you know. But anyway, okay, that is the 4K 30 normal video. Let me know who performs best. If you look the interface of the camera interface of the three, Oppo is definitely the best. You can see Oppo just the middle phone in the Oppo, it just forms this kind of circle to light up your face, which is super great, right? And wow, the skin tone much more natural. I think the worst is Samsung's, because you can see the, yeah, it's just the worst. Too dark. Maybe I have to view on bigger monitor or something. But yes, I don't think Samsung is the best. Also, Xiaomi is a little bit too grainy as far as I can see from the screen. But anyway, that's the front video. Let me try the portrait a little bit. Okay, I just found that on Xiaomi it doesn't have that front portrait mode. So for the Samsung and Oppo, I just switched to the aperture to f4.0, so you should be able to see the cool bokeh effect. But on Xiaomi doesn't have. But the one thing is Xiaomi has its back camera, and you can use that to shoot 4K portrait videos. Let me just switch to it. But anyway, let's just compare the front camera a little bit. All right. Wow, Oppo performs super great. Anyway, let's just go. Anyway, 4K 60 FPS, 4K 60 FPS, the front camera. You know, in the past, you know, Chinese brands are always not that focusing on the front camera. But at this time, especially, you know, the Vivo and Oppo, they done a great job on the front camera. Oh, by the way, I will just turn on the sound focus on Oppo so you can hear the sound difference. Yes, as far as I can see from the screen, at least Oppo has just, you know, improved its front camera significantly, at least from what I saw on the screen. I can see dynamic range, I can see some details in the background, the cloud, also very clear. So that's a good news, right? Also for Oppo, I found that it supports like this, like a kind of the ultra wide. You can switch to 1 and 2. No, that's too big, but good to know it offers that. Anyway, wow, not bad. I mean, for Oppo, especially for Oppo, it has improved like significantly. 4K 60. All right, let me just run a little bit so you can hear. You can see the difference. They're all in default stabilization. Oh my God! Also notice like Oppo is so like stable. What do you say? And that's the front camera. And now let me shoot portrait videos. Now portrait videos. All three phones set at 4K 30 FPS. For Xiaomi 17 Pro Max, it doesn't offer portrait for the front, but you can just turn the phone back and use the rear panel and use the rear camera to shoot 4K 30 or even 60 portrait videos, and that's one of the advantages of such rear panels, right? But anyway, that is the for Xiaomi. It's like it's right now it's shooting like at ultrawide. So let me just, to be fair, let's just shoot at main. So that's the portrait. Let me see. Okay, Xiaomi screen is too small. I cannot see. I can see the edge. I mean the bokeh effect for Oppo and Samsung. Wow. Very hard to tell the difference. For Xiaomi, the Xiaomi screen is too small for the back. But anyway, let's just run a little bit so you can see everything. The stabilization, you know, everything. Okay. All right, that's my cameraman John. John is here now. Alright, so yes, just like I said.
Hello.
Just like I said. Just a second. Okay. You see the screen here? Already? It's just in the. Yeah, so when I point to, if we have two people in the frame, seems like he will just blur the other and just make one clear, right? So that's my camera drawn. Okay. All right. Cool. 就这个屏幕。Oh. For best results, photography only one subject. Okay. Yeah. 拍这个。哦。
对，这个还不行呢。
怎么了 ？Now, portrait video. One downside for Xiaomi is when you switch to portrait video, you can only shoot 1080 30 fps. What the fuck is that, right? What footage is that? Alright, so for the two, we can shoot 4K 30. With the portrait mode, so you can see how good I am in the background, the blur, the bokeh effects, you know, cinematic, or just a load of crap. But anyway, yeah, you can just check out. You can just check out everything about it. Okay, let's draw. Alright, let's draw. Now 4K 60. Okay, this is the front light, so you can see everything. Alright, and now the background, the backlight. Okay, and this is the backlight situation. So just let me know who has like a better dynamic range, because I really cannot see that much on the screen, especially the phone, the screen on Samsung is like really dark, super dark. I cannot really see clear. But anyway, let's just walk a little bit. Okay, I also turn on the sound focus on Oppo, so you can maybe hear the, of course you can hear the difference, the difference. Alright, and now let's test the stabilization. Okay, let me know who has the best stabilization, the video quality. Okay, my cameraman. Power. All right, that's it. All right, let's just turn on. Let's compare them in like ultra steady situation, or in their most stable, status. Okay, let's do it. Let's just see. Let's see who has the real, steady. Okay, but yeah, I'm using the 4K 60 and Oppo. That's crazy. It seems like Oppo like is really improving its video ability this time. I mean, wow. Good. Okay. All right, now let's do video zoom 4K 30. So both at 4K 30 is the ultra wide. So that's ultra wide. Do you guys notice any difference? Ultra wide, and then we go to main camera. Do you guys notice any like color shifting for these three phones? Like for Xiaomi, it's like the color shifting, the ultra wide, and the main camera is like outrageous. It's so significant. And now let's check the Samsung. Samsung seems like you barely notice any color shifting or white balance difference, right? But anyway, there's the main camera. 2 times Xiaomi, 2 times Oppo, 2 times Samsung. All right, and 3 times Samsung, 3 times Oppo, and Xiaomi doesn't have default 3, so I just manually adjust to 3 times. So that's 2.8 and 3 times. Now the 3 times. Wow. I think we have a worst camera here. That's the Xiaomi. I cannot see the text clear, right? The text here I cannot see clear, but Oppo and Samsung can see clear the text though. Samsung's screen is so dark. Okay, 3 times, and now let's switch to 5 times on Xiaomi. Wow, you can see the switch the lens, so you can see so much difference, so much clearer. Oppo is like only like 6 times. Okay, default is 6 times. Let's switch to 6 times. Wow, so smooth. Still 5 times on Samsung, and now let's 10 times. Okay, 10 times. 10 times on Oppo, and also 10 times on Xiaomi. All right, 10 times. This is what the look. And now to 50 times. That's the maximum on Xiaomi. And this is switch to 15 times as well. Okay, 15 times on Samsung as well. So let's see the small text. Okay, let's just move around a little bit so you can see the difference. But anyway, let's switch to the maximum 20 times on Samsung. Okay, and 18 times on Oppo. That's 15 times on Xiaomi. Okay, so I think for this part, I think Samsung would be winning, would win the other two a little bit, right? Not a lot, but anyway, ultra wide. So let me know which one had the best. Let me